over to one of the walls, I hold on to like the gutter of the pool, and I just wait, looking over at him as he searches for his next victim. And then he looks at me.
But I'm that nigga, I won't never change. Rubbing off the paint, smoking dank. Got a Uzi in my lap, I let it bang. Free Latte, no, he keep a cake, but he not take care.
I always really enjoyed summer camp. Instead of being in the city surrounded by people you don't know, you're in the wilderness in the middle of nowhere surrounded by people you don't know. The one I went to had this really big private gym that you could use to play basketball and other sports. Some days they'd actually let us practice archery. We'd set up our own targets and like hit them. Easily one of my favorite parts of the day. And then we'd end the day with a big dinner and some roasted marshmallows before we went back to our cabins. I know a lot of kids don't like to go to summer camp, but as long as you don't have us actually sleeping outside, then it's a vibe for me. Well, mostly. Hold on, I already know y'all about to cook me with some racist ass comments. Well, another black nigga that can't swim. My race has nothing to do with it, so shut the fuck. The one activity that they always had at every single summer camp was the pool. I always had a really bad time with pools, and I didn't want people to laugh at me, so I would just sit off to the side, which would also often result in people laughing at me. And I think it was just because I went to a summer camp where everybody had this Karen-esque soccer mom. They went to fucking private schools their whole life. They can afford to have a pool in their backyard, or their mom or father could afford to put them in a swim class. The black version of a pool is just having a bath. And sometimes they turn off the water, so we couldn't even do that. Point is, I knew if I got in a pool, I would be cooked. I think my fear of pools and water in general is coming from this one scene I saw in Finding Nemo. In fact, I think it's coming from the whole goddamn movie. I really don't know who thought that was for kids. You got barracudas, weird looking ass glowfish, sharks. When it comes to scaring the shit out of me, that movie did its job, because even to this day, I don't like the pool. It's even weirder now because I know how to fucking swim! I am fully willing and capable of accepting the fact that this is just a mental barrier. Whenever I was at camp and we went to the pool, I would actually just stay behind in the locker room and just watch Swoozy videos on my phone. I was able to get by for the first 3 days of summer camp doing that. At least until the camp administrator found me. To say the least, she was not very happy. So I came clean to her, right? Look, I've never been able to swim. It's always been something I'm really embarrassed about. Please don't make me go out there. And she was upset that I was sneaking away from the counselors, of course. But I could tell she understood my fear, and I thought she wasn't gonna make me swim. Turns out she had a whole different idea, because she immediately sent me to that rectangular watery death trap. But her idea was to have one of the counselors, we're gonna call her Miss Beth, teach me how to swim. The first day, she was just on the shallow end of the pool with me, trying to get me comfortable with the idea of having my face underwater, aka drowning me, light edition. The second day, she got me a little bit more comfortable with laying down in the water. She would basically hold my body up and guide it to make it look like I was flying. And most times it felt to me like we were playing. Only every now and then I'd freak myself out about being in water once I thought about where I was. But the third day, she taught me how to float, which is what I just really enjoyed doing, so I spent most of my time doing that. Eventually, I didn't feel like I needed Miss Beth there, so that night as I was going to bed, I just remember thinking to myself, yo, I'm gonna dominate that pool tomorrow. Michael Phelps, who? Percy Jackson, where? I'm king of the ocean, you stank bitch. Come the next day, bro. I'm floating, I'm chilling, I'm vibing. You ain't never seen another nigga float like me. So some time passes, right? And I hear the sound of a girl crying. Just bawling her eyes out like she's just had a near-death experience. So I think to myself, man, some people just really don't know how to swim, I guess, you know? Then I look closer as I see one of my campmates primary lotus somebody and drag them underwater. I'm thinking, what the absolute of the most absolutes of f***s did I just watch? And they're under there for easily a good 9 seconds. Right, so now I'm scared shitless, and when the dude finally comes back up, he grabs another victim and slams them underwater. And it really does not seem like these kids know this guy. They're not kids just having fun. He's a guy being an asshole. So I start moving towards the wall of the pool. I want to be as close as I possibly can to getting out of the pool in case he tries to do it to me. I swim over to one of the walls. I hold on to like the gutter of the pool, and I just wait, looking over at him as he searches for his next victim. And then he looks at me. He starts straight Michael Phelps gunning it for me. And I'm not about to wait to fucking die, bro. So I turn around and grab onto the edge of the pool. The guy makes his way over to me at light speed, puts me in a headlock, and drags me underwater. I was easily one of the worst people he could do this to. I'm underwater, panicking, flailing my arms and kicking my legs, bro. I cannot move. The longer I'm under there, the more I start to freak out. I focused so hard on getting this dude away from me that I actually inhale. Best way to describe this pain, it's a new kind of pain, bro. It's like you got a straw snorted a bunch of ants, and those ants found their way to your brain and started feasting on you. That shit hurt so bad that I ended up throwing my head back as hard as I possibly could in pain, and in my state of panic I ended up headbutting this guy in his face, which I guess didn't feel too nice to him because he ended up just emerging from the water. Second he's gone, I book it for fresh air. I get out of the pool, sit down and try and compose myself and try and catch up on oxygen. He goes over to the counselors because somehow he thinks that's gonna save him from getting snitched on, and he is somewhat right to a degree because I don't plan to snitch. So I very calmly walk over to him. When he sees me, he kind of comes to his senses and asks me, "Are you okay?" "Yeah, I'm okay." What's up, guys? I know I have not uploaded for like a whole 2 weeks. Rest assured, I still love all of you. I was working on this video at the same time as my other video on my gaming channel, and I am putting in the craziest amount of man hours to get that video out. Fucking tired, a little bit sick actually. I will see you guys in a few days. Be sure to go check out that new channel. I think we have some stuff over there that you guys are really gonna like. Either way, I still love you, okay? See you guys later.